Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Kiva here. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Please remember to like and subscribe. Today we're going to be doing a September book wrap up. I did 8 books. Yeah, it was such a hectic month, but the greatest thing is I get to try new authors, and it was mostly new authors this month. And I have to say, we were on a book reading journey. Let's get into it without further ado. So our first book on the list is Reclaim Me by JL Seegar. And you know me from previous reviews. This lady has been doing such a good book, good writing for this entire series. Reclaim Me is just another good banger in this series. It may not hit like before the third book, Revive Me, but I'm telling you, Reclaim Me is a second chance romance and between Hunter and Ray, and I'm telling you, such a beautiful love story. Getting down into it, you need to actually go and watch my entire review story to get more details, but I loved it anyways. The second book that I got into was Carried Away by Natasha, Raynor, and I'm telling you, really, the stories that came from this lady writing was, mix up, but crazy enough, I love all of the 3 books that I've read so far in the series. There's one more book to the series called Wise, but I haven't touched it as yet. But Carried Away is the first book in the Treacherous twins series, and it's so crazy. So it introduces you to one of the brothers, which is Truth and Shalani book, and it's a very short book, and it introduces what's supposed to go down. This young man is afraid of love, but when he met Shalani, he was like, yeah, this is my be. Shalani is currently about to get divorced and moving on to a different life and starting over. Within this time frame, so many things are happening. Her husband got locked up. Her kids are moving into she has to move herself into a different neighborhood. Her kids are going through a little phase, and she has health issues. On top of that, she met Truth, which is the realest nigga ever on the block for her. And the love story just takes place. It's such a beautiful one. You have to read it to get into it, and you're going to love it. But we move on to Treacherous twin, Justice. This is another person in this book. Spoiler alert. So instead, you met one. It's not a twin, it's a triplet. So you have Truth, Justice, and Loyal. So all 3 books are following him. So we go into Justice. So Justice is the chaotic one. So if you like Lake and Law from the Eisenberg from over Grey Huffington Town, you're going to actually love Justice. He's nothing short of chaotic and just talking his mind. So Justice and Lauren's story hits off. He's met her at the bar. She tried to drug them to get to his father, that is dad. They wanted to meet and everything. When it turns out, he was pissed, but at the end of the day, he forgave her. They got into a relationship. Justice is having babies from left to right. And you know what? Lauren was actually, kicking it with Justice dad at one point in time, and Justice dad was just like up here saying that Lauren is his thing, even though it's like probably 2 times he hit it. But whatever the situation is, Justine was like, okay, I'm going to get you pregnant. So if you get pregnant, you won't be on his radar anymore. Whatever the situation is, it went down. Justice fall in love with Lauren. Certain things happen. He's like, oh my god, I can't be with this girl. Shit. End up, the craziness. It's just a whole lot of craziness going down there. Turn out, Lauren is his love of his life. Can't get any wrong. I mean, like the chaos that follows Justice is crazy. Top tier craziness. I mean, they get to actually meet their other brothers. They get to meet the other sibling. The drama that follows it. The mother is a deadbeat. They met the grandpa. Now this is the thing about all three brothers. They have problems with settling down and falling in love. Probably because of how they grew up. But we went on to Treacherous twin Loyal. So Loyal and Avani. This was the most interesting one ever. Loyal is a tattoo artist. And he fell in love with Avani. He's just into Avani. He's like reckless. He's juggling two girls at once. Avani came into the picture and just take top spot, and the girls weren't liking that, and he was like, oh, whatever. Avani has a pass and coming to this new town where Loyal is living at presently, and coming into town, she has, she's rocking with a fake name, when Loyal actually find out that this is not who he thought she was. Third act breakup, all of that craziness. When it all come down, my girl past came back to haunt her. Loyal is all over the place, trying to become Superman and all of that. It's crazy. I mean, all of that was not necessary. And if you actually just sit down and, fall in love like normal people, that would have never happened. Whatever happened, it should not have happened. I'm just like upset with him. Out of all three books, and he's the one that I'm most upset with. He's the one that's really cool, and then turn out that he's more afraid of love than even his chaotic brother. So we move on to All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. This is my first mystery book in a very long time. And as I said, tried out new author. This person was on my list of persons that I actually want to try out because I've been hearing about this S.A. Cosby all over TikTok and other places. But it's telling the story of a small town. The murder, there's like a serial killer at loose, and it tells how Titus is actually trying to uncover it while dealing with several things. This book is hitting several different social problems that we're having in the world of racism, classism, just how religion blends in with everything in our lives. This is how this book talks about it. Yeah, it's not there were several little things that made this book not great, but overall it was a really good read, and I would rate it like probably 3.5 going to 4 stars. This is definitely a good start to S.A. Cosby books, and I heard that other books that he has written is 10 times better, so I'm looking forward to actually reading more of his books next year, hopefully next year. But it does really hit on those topics that going through it. My drawback was one of those things when it finally, the serial killer, he was introduced way later down into the third person to the whole act. He was introduced to was like way down in the book, and I was like, I wanted him to be more present, and you would seem like a glimpse or somewhere. You don't know him until whenever the author brought him up until that particular time. But overall, it was a good read, and I loved the mystery of it, the thriller. It was such a good book. Then we went on to something more fun. Bridesmaids for Hire by Meghan Quinn. This is a new author to me, and I loved her book. This was a 5-star read for me. This is enemies to lovers, I would say. It is, yeah, enemies to lovers. This is the best friend sister, and anybody knows, I already told you guys, I love the drama. So Maggie and Brody have known each other for a good while now. Maggie is Brody's best friend's sister, sorry, and they end up meeting at a hotel for resorts. Or there were several things happening. Maggie is a wedding coordinator. She owns a business, everything about wedding. She is there for it. Brody is trying to actually win a proposal for his company from his boss, to be promoted. Turns out these two persons end up being here in Cancun, and they just come up with this strategy that's saying, all right, we're going to be fake boyfriend and girlfriend, so let's get this part going. Several things happen. There were challenges, but I love how their little story fall in love, getting involved with each other. It was such a beautiful moment. The book was funny, A1 funny. I was cracking up half of the time during this book. So if you want something very light, there was a third act breakup, but the guy came back swinging. Brody was like, oh my god, this is my girl and I need to protect her at all costs. Even though they were broken up, he was still fighting for Maggie and her business. Love that. If you want something really light, this is the book for you. It's light, it's fun. I'm looking forward to actually reading more books in this series. Definitely. Then we went to Babel by R.F. Kuang. I'm telling you, this is my introduction into her work, and I think I should have started off with Poppy War instead of doing this, but Babel was not my top tier book. It was very wordy, very long. It took a while to get into the nitty-gritty of what is really going down, and when it actually got into it, it's just like we were fighting a struggle of racism, classism. There were so many things. People did not understand the nuances of somebody fighting for something beyond their understanding, and it's like there were so much things going on. I didn't like how the book ended, but overall the book was okay. People love it. It was just not my cup of tea. Maybe if I reread it, I highly doubt I would reread it again because of how long the book was. It's very, very long. Just say that. And I was just not getting into it. I swear to God, for me, it was a 3-star. And I am very skeptical of actually going into Poppy War. I wanted to start Poppy War this right after this, and I was like, oh, let's go with Babel first. I think I regret starting this book. But overall the book was okay. I definitely understand the story, where it's coming from. It's dealing with so much different topics of social structure, and it was set back in the day, in a magical system. All of that was explained. The world building, the magical system was there, and it was settled properly. It's just that the story for me, I thought the story was going to take a whole different turn, but it did not take that turn. It was going somewhere else other than where it's supposed. It was just a lot going on. People dying from left to right, left to right, left to right. It felt like I was in. These authors just like to kill off people. I was not getting into it. Sorry, it's just not my cup of tea. I can see other people liking it, but it's just 3-star for me. Just simple as that. But I ended the month reading Uncovering Love by Monique, and I am telling you, this lady has crack in her book. Crack. And Monique, the first book in the entire series, it's featuring Gray and Gianna's book. I'm telling you, their love story was so beautiful. So let's get into it. So we did Uncovering Love by M. Monique, and I'm telling you this, I love the story. This is a 5-star read without even easily a 5-star read without even thinking twice. Let me tell you this. So we met Gianna in the story, in the prologue. She's in a whole different relationship, happy and everything, pregnant. When she got that news that night, it turns out that is the most devastating news of her entire life, causing so much grief in the world. Her marriage ended, putting grief between her and her sister. But when she met Gray at the office of her ex-husband, because they're police, like a detective, I'm like, yo, legit, you could actually see or feel their connection instantly. You just know that their love story was going to be epic. Now Gianna has a son, and Gray, they end up meeting each other, and they were like, okay. Gianna was like, no, I can't really get into this. Her ex-husband coming there, you can't really get into with one of my co-workers. And she was like, oh please, whatever. But the situation is, so a young lady wanted a dress because Gianna is a designer, top designer. It turned out this is Gray's little sister, and they met, the numbers exchanged. And baby girl was not giving this man no play. Girl was like, okay, you know what? I need to stop playing with this girl. This girl is on my chest. She's on my mind. She's just touching my soul. I'm dreaming about her. When he goes up, he pulls up on her, met her son. And I'm telling you, that bonding moment right there, I think what sold Gianna. But at the same time, the son needed a father figure, and he stepped up to the plate. That boy was nothing short of Gray's son. Let me tell you, little man was so enthralled by Gray, and I just love their love story. And it goes to show, with that, he took his time and break down Gianna, get into it, the smut, the drama that comes into it, the friend that wanted her man. And I'm like, you already have the ex-husband, what you doing with Gray? Gray don't want you. Anyways, there was a third act breakup, and I was like, what? Anyways, Gray explained his way, got back his girl, and such a beautiful story. I mean, like, I love Gray. It is so easy to actually get into, uncovering love. This is just, it's so easy to just fall into this book. I was just consuming it. We can't wait to get into it. But I'm telling you, if you want to read a series about, detectives, there's so many other, and I know that the other 3 books they have different things about them, but let me tell you this, if you want to read a series where this man is loving on their girls the way that they want them to, they need him to, and just stepping up to the plate without even have to ask, and Monique gave that. She has crack in her books, just letting you know ahead of time. I'm late to the train because this is like, I think this is a rewrite of her books, previous books, and there's 4 books into it. So you have Gray, Blue, Kingston, and August. So until next time, guys, I will be telling you next month about the other 3 books that I finished reading from M. Monique. So guys, I've read 8 beautiful books, tried out new authors. I mean, some didn't hit like how I wanted to hit, but others were a total 5-star sellout. And I'm telling you, if you want something to read, black romance, and I even tried Meghan Quinn. I saw her book on Kindle Unlimited library, and I just tried it out. You won't regret if you took up her books. I love it. It's rom-com right through. So until next time, guys, Please drop in the comments the books that you have read in September, or if you have read any of those books, and recommend more Monique books to me that I can actually try after I finish this series. So until next time, guys, bye.